How best to use The Voice's Coach Replay button for Season 26. The Voice has introduced a new function known as the Coach's Replay button. How this works is if, following an audition, the coach believes they made a mistake, they can slam that button and offer that contestant a second chance. Though you'd think with the name of the button, the performer would have to perform again. Nevertheless, each coach only has one opportunity to utilize it during the entirety of the blind auditions. As first seen on the first episode of the season, Reba McEntire regretted passing on a contestant, so she used her coach's replay button, and Kendall Eugene, who had no chair turns, suddenly was on Team Reba. With this new twist, the way the game of The Voice is played has changed. But what is the best way to use it? Season 26 has brought a new burst of energy, with a pair of veteran coaches, Gwen Stefani and Reba McEntire, doing battle against rookies Michael Bublé and Snoop Dogg. The Voice is in with the new but essentially the same. While Season 25 had a double chair thanks to the arrival of Dan plus Shay as judges, this season's new gimmick is the Coach's Replay button. Despite the lack of fanfare, this new button offers something the show has never done before. How the Coach's Replay button operates: because a show running for 26 seasons needs to feel refreshing, The Voice has been a revolving door of coaches season after season. When a new coach arrives and it's not enough, the show adds something special to sweeten the season. The introduction of the Coach's Replay button is something new and quite interesting. Essentially, this is the oopsie my bad button. But when it comes to utilizing it, does it only work on contestants who receive no chair turns? If you pass on a contestant who received a turn from another coach, what is the benefit of utilizing the Coach's Replay button? It would take a massive pitch or knowing that a specific contestant has a strong desire to be on your team for it to work in your favor. Essentially, this redo is for those who are about to walk off the show. Maybe their performance was okay, but there were no other chair turns, so you're not willing to risk it either. As seen during episode 2, Snoop Dogg didn't burn for Gail Bliss because he was waiting for Reba to turn first as he trusted her opinion. But then, following their chat, Snoop regretted not going with his gut. And thus, Gail Bliss doesn't receive a chair turn, but she ends up on the program. With that in mind, how does this button work for the coaches? It calls into question whether it is worth waiting until the very end of a performance for an artist you're on the fence about before you decide to turn normally or risk the Coach's Replay button. This could cause an artist on the brink of leaving to feel the nerves of ultimate rejection before their performance is up. For many artists who audition for The Voice is a dream. Should that dream be moments away from realization, a performance can suffer. So, who is the Coach's Replay button truly helping? Is it there just for something new? The intrigue of The Voice was about the blind auditions. The coaches are there to judge an artist simply based on their vocal ability and technique. Their reaction is based on vocal performance as opposed to an image or stage presence. Now, with the Coach's Replay button, the chance to make a team doesn't necessarily require The Voice as the sole factor. Though a coach can pine and claim they enjoyed their voice, their first impression falls to the wayside as their second impression, meeting the individual, allows the decision to be made. The popular TV show The Voice has introduced a game-changing feature that gives coaches a strategic edge in their quest to discover the next great singing talent: the Coach Replay button. This button allows the coaches to revisit and reflect on a contestant's performance after the live audition has ended. It provides them with the opportunity to analyze a performance from multiple angles, understand the finer details of vocal delivery, and make a more informed decision about whether or not to turn their chair for an artist. For coaches who have only seconds to decide, the replay button becomes a powerful tool to enhance their listening experience and judgment. In order to best use The Voice's Coach Replay button, there are a number of strategies and insights that coaches should keep in mind. Understanding how to balance gut instinct with analysis is key. Below are several ways coaches can effectively use the replay button to make the best possible choices for their teams. 1. Analyzing vocal precision and technique. One of the greatest benefits of the Coach Replay button is its ability to give coaches a second chance to listen to the technical aspects of a contestant's voice. During the first live listen, coaches are often focused on a broad evaluation. Does the singer have stage presence? Is their voice unique? Do they possess that X factor quality? However, the replay allows the coach to slow down and analyze the finer details, such as pitch accuracy, breath control, and vocal range. For example, if a coach hesitated to turn during a performance because they weren't sure about the contestant's ability to maintain pitch in high or low registers, the replay button provides them the chance to isolate that moment and listen again with more precision. This technical breakdown can help a coach better understand if the contestant has the foundational skills needed to grow within the competition, or if they might need more vocal training. 2. Gaining insight into emotional interpretation. Another major use for the coach replay button is to gauge the emotional depth and storytelling capability of a contestant. A second listen gives coaches the opportunity to assess how well the singer conveyed the message and feeling behind the lyrics. While a first listen can be captivating in terms of vocal power or unique tone, emotional delivery can sometimes be more nuanced and may take a moment to sink in. Coaches can use the replay to evaluate whether the artist connected deeply with the song or whether they were simply hitting notes. They can focus on vocal phrasing, dynamics, and how the singer navigates between softness and intensity. If a contestant's emotional authenticity wasn't immediately obvious, the replay can reveal subtleties that were initially missed, allowing the coach to make a decision based on a more complete emotional profile of the artist. Comparing contestants more thoroughly in a highly competitive environment like The Voice, coaches are often faced with back-to-back blind auditions, making it difficult to remember every performance in full detail. The replay button allows them to revisit performances and directly compare contestants who might have auditioned hours or even days apart. This feature is especially valuable during the later stages of the blind auditions when coaches are looking to complete their teams and might be weighing two or more similar contestants against each other. For instance, if a coach is trying to decide between two strong vocalists for their final team spot, using the replay function to review both performances can help them make a more measured choice. Whether it's comparing stylistic differences or technical proficiency, the replay offers clarity and a second chance to identify the contestant who better aligns with the coach's vision. 4. Spotting growth potential. Another key aspect to consider when using the coach replay button is identifying a contestant's potential for growth. Sometimes a singer may have a raw, unpolished talent that a coach finds intriguing, but may not have fully understood in the first listen. Upon reviewing the performance again, a coach can determine whether the singer has potential that can be developed through mentorship and training. For example, a singer who demonstrates unique vocal phrasing or an original interpretation of a song might catch a coach's attention, but their overall performance could feel rough around the edges. With a replay, the coach can assess whether the roughness is due to nerves or lack of experience, both of which can be addressed, or whether the singer might not be ready for the pressures of the competition. Coaches with a strong eye for long-term artist development will benefit greatly from this feature. 5. Avoiding hasty decisions. The pressure of The Voice's live audition format can sometimes lead to snap judgments. Coaches have only seconds to decide whether they want to turn their chair, and it's easy for even seasoned professionals to misjudge a performance due to distractions or quick biases. The coach replay button allows coaches